Hello everybody and welcome back, and in this tutorial we will cover the brute forcing of the username and password. Now this is a very common attack since this will work on any website that basically has the username and password input. So in order to do that, let us first open up our OWASP machine, so make sure it is turned on. Make sure that your Burpsuite is turned on and make sure that your Burpsuite is used as the proxy in the Firefox. Once you turn all of that on, just go on to the IP address of your virtual machine. And where we want to go right now is we want to go on to the OWASP bricks. So click on the OWASP bricks. And right here you will see this page, and where we want to go is here, bricks, and then login pages. It will lead you to basically these 6 different login pages. We want to click onto the login page 3, and you will see it will prompt us with the username and password, which is probably very familiar to you, since we see these kind of user identification on every website. So basically Facebook, Twitter, all of them use this kind of form input. In order for us to brute force this, first of all, we will need to make a user list and password list. So I already made mine, so let me just open a new terminal. And as we can see right here, if I type here ls, I have a users.txt and passwords.txt. So let me just nano the users.txt so you can see that it basically has a few usernames. So you can just copy all of these usernames from me and create your users.txt file. How we do that? We're basically just nano the users.txt file, type these usernames, ctrl plus O, then enter, and then Control X to exit. Same, do that also with the passwords.txt, excuse me. So here is my passwords list file. As we can see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, password 1, admin, webgoat, then capital webgoat, QWERTY, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and so on and so on. So these are just rather small lists. We use small lists right now, so it doesn't take a lot of time in order to brute force this. And what we want to do right here is we want to turn our intercept on. Once we do that, go onto your login page, which is login 3, and type here anything. DDDDD, doesn't even matter, just click here submit. And we can see right here the packet that we're sending. So of course we're sending with the post request. We are sending onto this page, which is the same as this one. And we are sending username of this and password of this. So once we see the packet, you can turn the intercept off, and right here it will say wrong username or password, which we really didn't expect that to work. So let's just find the packet right now. Let me just find it. It is under OWASP bricks, login 3. It's not this, since this is a GET request. You basically try to find the POST request. OWASP bricks login 3, and here it is, my post request for the login 3 page. Now, what we want to do right here, we want to create an attack where we will send a bunch of usernames and passwords and wait for the different server response for some of them, which will tell us that that username and password is correct. Now it is similar to the previous attack, which we used only username, but right here what we want to do is we want to check out the server response for every attack, for every username and every password, and we want to see if the server response in its HTML code has this string right here. As you can see, wrong username or password, and this is this string. So this is the same as this. This is just in the HTML code of the page. Now, the username and password which doesn't have this string right here is the valid username and valid password. So the concept of this attack is brute forcing until we find a response which doesn't contain this string. So let us do that. What we want to do is basically do the same as in the previous video. We want to send this packet into the intruder. And once this packet is in the intruder, go on to the positions, and you will see also once again that all of these positions are selected. You want to clear all of them. And right now, instead of selecting one position, we want to select both username and password. So click here on add and select also the password. Click here on add. For the type of the attack, you do not want to use sniper since it is used to only brute force one input. We want to use the cluster bomb. The cluster bomb is basically used to brute force two different inputs. So once you select here the attack type cluster bomb, and once you select here the username and password, go on to the payloads, and here as a payload set 1 we want to leave this and go down here and click on load, and we want to basically load our username and password list that we created. So the username and password list that I created is in the root folder. So let me just find where root is. Here it is. And as we can see, here are our two lists that we created. So for the first list, we pick the users.txt and click here open. And this is our list right here. And then after you select that list, which is the user list, you want to go onto the payload set, and on here you just click here on 2, which is basically referring to the second input of our packet, which is the password. So once you select that there too, click here on load and select the passwords.txt, which is our list for passwords. Now, after you do that, you want to select one more thing, which is we want to add to the Burpsuite the string that it should search for in the packets, which is this string, since we know that this string will only be prompted once the username or password is wrong. So let me just find where that option is. It is just go here on the options, and once you go onto the options, scroll right here down, and in the grep match, what you want to do, basically grep match is the option that we will use in order to find this string in our packets. So just remove all of these strings right here, we do not need them. Let me just click right here on the remove once again, since it doesn't work. Or clear, it could be clear. Yeah, just click here on clear, and it will ask you if you want to clear the list. We want to. And in the add section, what you want to type is wrong user name or password dot. Now make sure that it is the same, exactly the same as this. So the user space name must also be the user space name right here. This dot must also be right here. So if you, for example, type here username, that is the one word, it will not work. So make sure you add a space right there. And once you do that, click here on add, and we selected the string that we want to search for in our response of the server. So once you select all of that, what you want to go is here on the start attack. You will get the same prompt window as before, so just click here on the OK. And as you can see right now, it is trying out different combinations of our user names and passwords. And here, as we can see where this is checked, it is basically showing us the responses that have this string in them. So all of them have this string, which is the wrong username or password, and what we want to do is find the one that doesn't have that. As we can see, we found it right here. So this response doesn't have wrong username or password in the output of the server. After we, for example, if you were to use this one, which is user and admin, so let's just try it right here, user admin, you will get the wrong username or password, and that's why it's checked. But this one isn't, so it must be a valid account. If we type here admin and then admin below and submit, you will see that we have successfully logged in. Now, once you do that, you basically brute forced a login, and you can log in as a different user. Now, of course, most of the people won't really have the username and password set as admin, but for the real-life attacks you want to use much bigger lists and you want to use more probable usernames and passwords. Now, in order to perform this same attack faster, what I will show you in the next video is another tool that Kali Linux comes with, which is Hydra. It is a brute forcer for the login pages, for the website login pages, but it works much faster than the Burpsuite brute forcer. See, as you can see right here, let me just find it. Where is our page? It has finished, but it took some time to run these 60 different types of combinations in order to find one which was the valid username and valid password. Now you will see that the Hydra, which is the tool that we will use in the next video, will do that much faster. So I hope I see you in the next video, and take care. Bye.